Let me talk to you about the most famous Muppet of all, Kermit the Frog. Kermit was created from an old coat that belonged to my mom. It's important to understand that many of the things I have done in my life have been self-taught. The Muppets were so inventive because we looked at puppetry like no one had ever done before. To be honest, most of the time I didn't even feel like I knew what I was doing. However, looking back, I would say that is a good thing. I was learning every step of the way, and that helped me not to go in the same direction as someone else. Going back to Kermit, I think about how glad I am that my mom's coat was green. Kermit at first was just part of Sam and Friends, but over the years he became very special to me and Muppets Inc. As Jane and I built up from Sam and Friends to Muppets Inc., Kermit was one Muppet that was a constant for me. He changed over the years from a lizard-like to a green frog. Kermit and I seem to have a lot in common. One thing that stood out to me was that I was in charge of the people in the Muppets Inc., and Kermit was in charge of the Muppets. We worked together to keep the crazies in line. Well, let me rephrase that. Kermit and I were able to keep everyone on task, but making sure that there was always fun and laughter to keep us going. Kermit was a great friend that helped me teach about tolerance and humor. He was the closest one to me. He was the easiest to talk with. Kermit was the only Muppet that I would not let any other puppeteer work with. You see, Kermit was just a piece of cloth with a mouthpiece. It was my hand that brought him to life. Many people said that Kermit and I were alter egos and that together we made a whole. I guess when you're dealing with Muppets and imaginary worlds, it helps to have a friend like Kermit to help you see it clearly. To quote Kermit, moving right along, foot loose and fancy free, getting there was half the fun, so come share it with me. And share we did.